Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today. Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and as always, good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and welcome to another rousing edition of another fucking podcast. Got a great show for you today. Got Jason Christopher of Prong in studio. We'll get to him in just a second. Make sure you do hit up all of that social media at Real Izzy Presley on the Twitter machine. I am on my quest for 1 million followers. Not quite there yet. About 2,600. Creeping up there. Creeping up. The Facebook page for the show, of course, is Another Effing Podcast. You can get me on the entertainment page on Facebook, which is at Real Izzy Presley. Find out everything I am doing entertainment-wise, like Soundcheck Live. We just had a great show on Wednesday night. Cannot wait for this next one at the end of the month for Ferlazzo's birthday, and you know goddamn well he's going to have something pretty damn cool, slid up his sleeve, and it's going to be one of those not misses. So get down there for that. Hollywood and Highland at Lucky Strike Live, Soundcheck Live, the last Wednesday of every single month. And at the end of this month, on the 25th, I will be in Toronto hosting the Killer Dwarfs charity golf tournament, Rock Against Hunger, and there is going to be a very special auction that I'm doing. I have one of these Jack Daniels bottles that's signed by everybody. I'm going to have Jason sign that too since he's here. Why not? We're going to throw a roadie pack in there, and we're going to do some other cool shit, and all that money will go straight to the Killer Dwarfs Rock Against Hunger Foundation. And if you're going to be up in Toronto, come on down, play some golf. It is August 25th. Up in Toronto. It's going to be a good time. Got some people checking in already. Casey, what is up? Jacobus, go fuck yourself. Good to see you. Oh my God. Also, if you go to those Facebook pages, make sure you hit that shop button and buy the t-shirts. I got Another Effing Podcast t-shirts. I got Drunken Summit t-shirts. I got I Love Van Hagar t-shirts. I've got Act Tribute to Ace Frehley t-shirts, and the brand new one for you to wear. And Jason, you'll know this. Walking down Hollywood Boulevard, walking down Las Vegas Boulevard, walking down the strip, you always get these people handing you these CDs, trying to. It says, no, I don't want your fucking CD. That way you don't have to fucking deal with them. They can just look at your shirt if they can read, and then just keep on walking. There you go. For only $14.99, $15.99. They're cheap. Go ahead and buy one. Oh my goodness. Also want to give a quick shout out for the first half of the show to Beater Amplification. That is Beeter balls out rock and roll tone in these heads. They are hand-wired, hand-built, just for you. 100 watts of testicular fortitude. You pull 2 tubes and you got a 50. The tone in these things are sick. They are 3 channels. Oh, you get that AC/DC tone, you get that Metallica tone, and then you clean it up really nice with that old school Fender tone. These things are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Check them out. Beater Amplification. That's 2 E's. Beeter. Get on it. All right. So I am proud to welcome finally to the show a man that I knew 2 people when I moved out to Los Angeles, and he's actually the 3rd person that I knew when I met out here, because I met him 2 weeks before I moved out here. He was with Sebastian Bach in Mankato, Minnesota. It was Sebastian, Lita, and Rat, I believe, was the tour. And I just randomly went up and started annoying him. Said, "Dude, I'm moving to LA." He's like, "Oh, cool." But the one
good luck with that.
Yeah, no shit. The one piece of advice you did give me, you said, if you can make it 2 years, you'll never leave. And September 1st will be 5 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, from Prong, Jason Christopher.
Yes. How are you? How are you?
Very good to see you. I've
been wanting to see you.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get you on for a long time, and now it actually worked out because you got your book out called The Road to Nowhere.
Yes, I do.
Part one
of finally asking me, by the way.
Well, I've asked you before, but you lived so goddamn far away before that it was tough.
Yeah, Calabasas was
Calabasas to Highland Park.
It's not even the valley. I didn't know that until I moved there. It's like Calabasas isn't even considered the valley anymore.
Yeah,
that's how deep you are.
Yeah, no shit. So the book, it's part what? 1 of 3? You're doing 3?
1 of 3 novellas because I hate to read. 2, yeah. I love trilogies. Like I love like a cliffhanger. And 3, I don't think there is a 3. Just
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. I got the idea through my buddy Tom Kapinos. I got to learn how to pronounce his last name. He fucking blasted me for train wrecking his name on the last show I did. But my buddy Tom, I would send him stuff, and he's a professional writer, and the only thing he would send back was, I didn't want it to end. I was bummed when it ended, and I was like, that's cool, man. So that was that's where I got the idea to write the novellas. So
gotcha.
I'm in the middle of the second one right now. The first one's doing pretty well.
Nice. And so the second one's gonna kind of be your Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. My South of Heaven.
So what, part 1 is just kind of basically the first part of your life?
Isn't that weird? I only consider there's only 3 Slayer albums to me. There's Rain and Blood, South of Heaven, and then the one after that.
Well, dude, there's a lot of people like that with Metallica too.
Yeah, I'm the same way with Metallica. There's
Really?
Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets.
Really? Was it just losing Cliff that kind of...
Well, I mean, Cliff was the one that took the leather spandex off of the bullet belts off of them and was like,
This is true.
Denim is way cooler, guys. And they're like,
Right.
Oh, no shit. They're like, Lars can't really play, but we'll let him stay anyway. I mean, like, can you imagine like that being your rhythm section? Like Cliff Burton, like that fucking thing was a piano.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's like strapped to his, and then there's Lars, who's like, God, dude, yeah. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, but he influenced a whole fucking generation of drummers, you know?
Yeah, the producers did. But had to cut all that tape, cut and paste all that tape together. They influenced a bunch of drummers, probably.
Oh my God! Hold on again.
Yeah, I mean,
That Fontaine.
I mean, yeah. Lars was great back in the day. I'm not going to deny. I just like busting.
Right.
I just like busting balls because that's like what you do now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, back in the day when I was fucking 19, 20 years old, I went to go see the Justice for All tour. It was at Brendan Byrne Arena in Jersey, in Secaucus. And, I took like 3 hits of mesc and fucking the show started right as they started to kick in. And like, man, he was like a monster back then. He had the hair and the headbands and the fucking tennis tape on his drumsticks. And it was insane, But like, I had no idea that he didn't know how to play. Like, I didn't know it was all triggers and,
Right.
like just fucking smoke and mirrors, Like, was it all smoke and mirrors? did he actually know how to play when we were kids and just kind of lost it? Because every time I see them now, is this going to be a Lars interview?
Sure, why not?
Every time you see him now, you're just like, you want to fucking air drum when they're playing Four Horsemen or whatever. Yeah. And then you're like, like, I just remember we went to go, Flea had, can I tighten this up?
Yeah, do what you got to do.
I don't know how.
Or we can just...
Yeah. Like they did that benefit for Flea's music school. They did that benefit for Flea's music school at the Henry Fonda, I think, or the Wiltern or something, many moons ago, 5 or 6 years ago, I think. And we were all by the soundboard, and we were all air drumming, and he just kept fucking missing to the point where, like, James was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, and I remember it was, I'm not going to mention any names. I don't want to bring them into my shit talking session because whatever. But I was hanging out with some heavy cats, and we were air drumming on one, and I was like, every time he misses a beat, you have to rub my friend's back. It was just like, dude's hands were very tired by the end of the set, let's just say.
Oh my
That's
God.
enough about Lars.
I can just imagine watching that, just going, dude, is he on fucking blow?
I was not with Sebastian Bach.
I wasn't implying that you were, but I'm glad you...
Dude, what is he on? You know what the story was that somebody was supposed to bring him some, and they didn't show up. And that was why. I swear that was the rumor circulating around the soundboard.
Well, I mean, I think it's no secret that he liked to indulge a little bit.
That was the rumor going around.
That was the rumor. Well, I mean,
true or not?
Well, I mean,
still fun.
Well, Baz basically he talked about it in his book.
Yeah, I don't read.
I listened to it. 13 hours of, dude, there was cocaine and there was fucking whiskey, man.
Cocaine, whiskey, and fucking pussy, bro.
So, you grew up in New York, and in what? You were in Woodstock, right?
I grew up in Woodstock and New Jersey, kind of in between both. My grandfather had a house up there that we went to, and then eventually moved up there. And I always wanted to get out of Jersey because everybody always talks shit about it. Now I'm older, I miss it. I love the old school neighborhoods and the Italian shit that used to go on there all the time. But I was blessed to grow up in Woodstock, which is what the beginning of the book is about. Like growing up in, there was 2 bars in town. Woodstock's a very small place, and but like Todd Rundgren lived up there, and Tony Levin, and the Bad Brains, and fucking you name it. Like the B-52s, everybody was up there. The band, like all the hippie shit, and it was really cool because you'd go to the open mic nights on like a Tuesday night, and you'd fucking be like, oh my God, it's Dr. No and Tony Levin just jamming, having a pint, jamming on the little stage. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I
mean, growing up there,
intimidating.
Growing up there, did you understand the significance of the town?
Yeah, we hated hippies. Like we were the dudes that sat on the green flicking our bottle caps at the drum circle, or like chasing some fucking dude on too much acid down the street. Because we were on too much acid, but we were like punk rockers on acid, metalheads on acid, Like we would drive around, drink whiskey, and blare SODs, like SOD and fucking Agnostic Front and Anthrax and all that crazy shit, and just just terrify the neighborhood, basically.
It's like that episode of South Park when the hippies took over.
Yeah.
And they went through blasting Slayer. Just
totally. It's exactly what we did. Put Beavis and Butthead in the car, and you had me and my friends, basically, like even down to like sticking firecrackers in frogs' buttholes.
Well, I think every kid did that.
Yeah, totally. But like that's why I think Beavis and Butthead was so successful, because we were all us metalhead kids were just like, yeah.
Except for these sheltered folks that grew up out here that didn't have a chance to do that kind of fun shit.
Yeah,
because I grew up in Minneapolis, outside of Minneapolis, so you have nature and you have the opportunity to blow up fish and blow up frogs.
You can't really blow up a sand crab or catch a gecko, to blow it up,
or blow up a piece of kale. So who was the first bass player that kind of made you want to turn that way?
Flea. I play absolutely nothing like him. You know who plays like him? Ra Diaz from Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah.
Ra is a phenomenal. He's like a real bass player.
Yeah. Well, he's the original guy, right?
No, Rod Diaz is the
current guy.
Current guy now.
Okay,
He's
okay,
suicidal.
okay.
But he's like a real musician. I'm more of a performer, you know? Like I stood in front of the mirror my whole life, fucking playing a tennis racket, and then I finally got a bass and still played in front of the mirror till I was like 35, and then I finally got, somebody was like, "Hey kid, come on out and play with us," and I was like, "Okay," but I'm still in the mirror when I'm on stage, you know? So Flea was the first one that I really related to because he was so animated, like he's a badass bass player, but he was like super just fucking into it, in his puppy pants. And I'm talking like, Uplift Mofo Party Plan and Mother's Milk and like Freaky Styley Chili Peppers, not not anything after that, which got like weirdly like, how are they still doing that? Like,
right. It's like, we get it. You're from California.
Right. No, like, dude, like I fucking love the first 3 records, really, man. They were just like groundbreaking shit for LA. Like I wish I was here in that time, to fucking just grow up in that scene. It seemed so fucking cool to me. And then, whatever, like everybody else, they just got older and started making shitty music, and all the rich white people are like, "Hey, this band's pretty fucking good. I'm fucking alternative now for listening to this."
Oh, we got a question. Jacobus, do you prefer to play a certain brand of bass?
I like free ones.
Those are the best, aren't they?
Free basses are fucking awesome. No, check it out. I've always been like a Fender guy. I was always a Fender guy. And I never really knew how insanely difficult they were to play until I got a Warwick and a Spectre, and I was like, oh my God, but like I love the old carness of the Fender Precision, it's like a fucking, just like driving an old Cadillac with no air conditioning, you know what I mean? Like your grandfather's car. That's like the bass for that, and I love that. But when I picked up the Spectre, I was like, holy shit, man, like I don't even need any pedals or anything, you know what I mean? Like it was just phenomenal. And then I got approached by Warwick, and I went with them, and they were like I have a thumb and a streamer, and the thumb felt like I'd been playing it forever. It was like, like that Transformer movie where a fucking Bumblebee like attaches himself to the little chick or whatever, like that's what the bass did to me, and now I just can't play anything else. So I play that thumb, and I use the Spectre as a backup, but it makes it so easy to play, and I hate playing bass, so the easier the better.
Well, hey, look at the brides. My big bass player joke is, he plays the bass because he couldn't figure out how to run the lights.
Right.
It's my favorite one ever, and I'm never going to stop saying it. So how old were you when you decided to make the move out here?
I was, what was it? It was 1994, so I was 23. Week before Christmas, me and my guitar player looking for a drummer in a fucking rock and roll dream or whatever, like everybody else.
Yep.
And it was weird because, I don't want to give it away too much because that's most of the book is the journey.
Okay, yeah.
That's the book. The first book is a little bit of a backstory of being a musician in Woodstock and the intimidating factors that came along with, playing my fucking 4-string upside down and backwards acoustic on open mic night while Doc and Tony Levin and all those fucking heavy cats were just like drinking at the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me up there like doing a Green Day cover, like all country style, like just weird. And then, how we just like drove across country with no fucking money in a Hyundai with 200,000 miles on it and didn't give a shit, like our families were like, it's Christmas. And we were like, so what? Like, now I don't have to buy you anything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
And then, us getting out here, and I was out here for a year. So it was that year, I went to work at the Viper Room when it was very, like, River had just died. So it was just fucking insanity. And I went to work there as soon as I got here and got all strung out and, that fun thing that we do. And then I, went home on I just got kicked out. Basically, they were like, get the fuck out of here. Go back to New York for a little bit, So that's the first book. Then,
well, it's kind of funny that the people that have that story, the one that, dude, I was the same way. It's like I fit everything that I could into this piece of shit Toyota that I drove out here.
Right.
And I had maybe $600 to my name.
That's 550 more than we had.
But I had a gal that was with me for the first month and a half who helped
Bummer.
out a little bit. And
Is she still out here?
no, she lives in Norway.
Oh, wow.
She was my girlfriend in Norway.
I apologize if I slept with her while I was out there. I don't know who she is.
Her name is Lena. It's funny because she was in Minneapolis. She came up to visit me and walking through the Mall of America. We go to this Minnesota fucking gift type store. I'm like, Ole and Lena jokes. She's like, what are those? I'm like, your name is Lena. You've never heard any Ole and Lena jokes? No, we do not know what those are back in Norway. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, these are Norwegian jokes. So, of course, she bought the book to take home to show off her friends.
That's amazing.
But, yeah, it's like you come out here with shit, and that really drives you to make it work.
You make it or you break it, man. You know, like I did both. I still do both.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it's a fucking daily struggle every day.
It is.
Which is funny because a lot of people think, you know, because you can make your Instagram and your Facebooks look really, really good.
No.
You know, but man, it's a fucking daily struggle out here, man, and I love it.
Yeah, me too. Me
'Cause
too. Did you ever? I mean, now is there ever any thought of going back to the East Coast?
No way. I mean, I would like to go visit. My mom used to book my tickets for my Christmas present every year, but we stopped doing that because she would be like, "Jason, all they had was from December 1st to February 29th. That's the only flight I could get you." And I'd be like, "Mom, I can't be in New York for that long." Because after 3 days, I literally want to blow my fucking brains out. And it's like that anywhere. If we have like 2 or 3 days off somewhere, anywhere, doesn't matter. Like Berlin, one of my favorite cities. If I'm there for like 3 or 4 days, I want to fucking blow my brains out. I'm like, what is it with all the bees out here? Is there no windows on these fucking restaurants? What's happening? Like, why do they hate Americans so much? You know what I mean? Like, but it's like that everywhere I go. I just love it here. And it sucks here. The traffic is terrible. Yep. Everything. It's like so expensive to live. The food is fucking shitty. The people.
I disagree.
Well, it's okay. But when you grow up in Jersey and you're Italian, like, that's my thing. And it'll always be my thing. I'm one of those dicks from the East Coast. It's like, there ain't got no fucking pizza out here. You know what I mean? Like, but it's true. And then, but I don't know why. Like, I can't leave. I'm just fucking stuck here. It's crazy.
Because it's home.
It is. It's absolutely home. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And I will talk shit about it till the day I die. It's like my fucking my stepbrother. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand him. But I gotta love it. You know, it's like he's stuck with me for the rest of my life. So it's, you know, LA's like my shitty stepbrother.
Exactly. I feel the same way when I go back to St. Cloud. I remember the first time I went back, I was back for 8 days. And after about 3 days, after about 3 days, I'm like, I need to get back to LA. I can't fucking handle this.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, it was 1994. I went right to my friends who grew up I grew up with in Woodstock. They lived on Venice Beach, right on Rose and Speedway. They had a 2-story right there. And I stayed with them for the first couple of weeks or whatever I was out here. And I went to the beach on Christmas Day, was standing on a dune in a T-shirt. Like, fuck it. Fuck New York. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I'm never going home.
Exactly. My first Christmas out here, I took myself, I was hungover as shit because I drank a bottle of Mangria the night before, that Adam Carolla wine.
Yeah.
And
Sugartown.
I just got hammered. And I was FaceTiming everybody that I knew to, like, wish them Merry Christmas. And I don't even remember FaceTiming because I was that drunk. So I had a brunch reservation for myself and in Malibu at the Paradise Cove.
Yeah.
Love that place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And, you know, I took the picture outside. This is my white Christmas. Fuck you. Yada, yada, yada.
Every year.
And the hangover was unbearable. And I get in my car to leave. And I was living in Highland Park at the time. So it's about a half an hour because there's no traffic. It was Christmas Day. And I'm like, ooh, I feel something bubbling. This isn't good. I'll be fine. It's not that long. I'll be fine. And, of course, the worst thing you can do when you have to shit really bad is light up a cigarette because that makes you have to shit more. So I'm like, I have to have my post-feast cigarette. About 10 minutes into the drive, I'm pulling off, and it was like Dumb and Dumber. I mean, I literally almost shit my pants because I was that hungover. Good times.
Thank you for the vision in my head.
Hey, no
for
problem.
the rest of the day.
I'm glad I could do that.
Jesus Christ.
So, how long did it, after you got out here, how long did it take you to find that first band?
Well, me and my guitar player came out here looking for a drummer. So that was basically a nightmare 3 times a day. Like we figured we would gonna, like you literally, when you've never been out here and and I see it all the time now. And, since I've been here the past 30 fucking years or whatever, I literally thought I was going to come out here, find a drummer, be a rock star. Like that was it. It's like, I was like, it's like shooting fish in a fucking barrel out there. You know what I mean? No, like because everybody says they're amazing and they're not.
Oh, I know.
They're terrible. There's 95% of the fucking actors, musicians, poets, whatever the fucking artists now, oh Jesus, like painters, whatever the fuck they call themselves, 95% of those people are terrible and are going to end up back home working in a Piggly Wiggly or a fucking their dad's machine shop or whatever the fuck it is. And those 5%, whether they have the talent or not, it's more of like, I don't really have the talent. I was like too dumb to do anything else. You know what I mean? So I just stayed and played basically and fucking everybody, and I see like, we tried out 3 times a day. Every day we were trying out drummers, like ads in the Recycler or the LA Weekly or the Weekly Aquarian, whatever the fuck paper was back in the 90s. Silver Lake and Los Feliz were just becoming like super hip, so like we would have all our meetings at the Onyx and we'd meet them and then we'd drive to the Hully Gully was the rehearsal space back in the day down by Astro Burger on the 5 down there. And it was exhausting and so disappointing and jading, and it's probably why I'm a huge asshole now. But like fuck you, I paid my dues for a long fucking time. Yeah. Like 20 years I've been working at this, trying to do something, and it's weird that I haven't gotten that, like I didn't get so discouraged that I just left like everybody else, you know what I mean? I'm glad I didn't, because it's fucking awesome and I've gotten to do a ton of cool shit because I stayed. You know?
Well, shit, I mean, I've only been here 5 years. I obviously haven't done quite the shit that you've done, but I mean, just the shit that I've done. Come on, dude.
Come on, man. Dude, can I tell you the Grass Pop story?
Yes, please do.
So we're playing Grass Pop. I'm playing with Sebastian. I've been playing with him a while now. And we're at Grass Pop in Belgium. We're going on at noon. Sebastian's so mad that we're going on at noon and it's pouring rain that he's just fucking throwing a fit. He won't take his sunglasses off. I remember we're in the backstage and who's the final countdown? Europe. Europe is in the cubicle next to us, or one guy in Europe is in the cubicle next to us. And I'm sitting in our little cubicle and there's no roofs, you could hear everything. And the dude's got a pig nose in there and he's just warming up before they go on at 1 o'clock after us or whatever. Yeah. And it's just, and I tuned it out because whatever, I don't fucking care. Right. Sebastian comes in and he sits down and he fucking puts his elbows on his knees and he's just looking at the grass. And all you hear is, and he's like, dude, fucking stop! And it's just like, and just silence, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go into catering. So I fucking go into catering, and Whit from Ugly Kid Joe is sitting at the table. I love Whit. I've known Whit a very long time. I sit with him. We have a cup of coffee. We're right next to the coffee pot area, right? So the lady comes and she picks up the big empty pot because it's empty and she's going to bring a new one out for everybody else to have some fresh coffee. My back is to the door, right? Whit's facing the door, facing me. And all of a sudden I'm just like kind of venting to him and just like, and he fucking looks up and he puts his head down and he's like, here comes your boy, dude. And I don't turn around because I'm just like, oh. And he comes over to the coffee pot and he's got his sunglasses on and he's like, there's no coffee in the pot because she hasn't come back yet. There's just like 2 stacks of cups. And he's like, I guess there's no fucking coffee. And he slams the cups and they go flying everywhere. And then he just storms out. And I'm like,
do I tell him?
And no, I don't fucking tell him. And then as soon as he walks out, she puts the pot down, right? So now, that was at 11:50. And I'm like, all right, Whit, I got to go on stage now. And it's like pouring rain and fucking we go out and we open up with Slave to the Grind, and then, you know, we do the long intro, and then fucking when the drums kick in and the beat kicks in, Sebastian comes running out and he swings the mic over his head and he does all this shit. Like, you know, you got to duck because the fucking mic's on a long cord and he's going to take your head off, you know?
Yep.
So, you know, fucking the beat kicks in and Sebastian just comes walking out with his sunglasses on and his head down. No swinging of the mic, and he's just looking. And there's like 200 people.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but it's pouring rain at noon.
Yeah.
Not a bad draw, you know? So fuck. And he's just like, while we're doing the intro, he's like, does anybody have any fucking coffee? Can I get some fucking pancakes? Some fucking scrambled eggs, maybe? And some coffee? And I'm just like, dude, I'm just fucking I'm dying. It's so fucking great.
I would have pissed myself.
And it was one of those moments where I was like, this is the best thing in my life. Like, I am living my fucking dream right now. This is amazing. Like, it was just fucking fantastic.
Oh, my God.
And there's just, I could write a whole book on those.
Oh, of course you could. I mean, I've been on stage during a Sebastian meltdown. Granted, he was a few wines into it, you know, but...
Yeah. I mean, I would never, but I could write a book on
exactly.
so many of those fucking stories. It's so great. And it's just, I love him to death, man. He's just like, I don't know if he loves me or hates me now anymore because I imitate him so much, but I imitate him to his face. You know, it's not like I'm talking behind his back. I would tell all these stories
absolutely.
While he was sitting in the room. And he used to love when I would do that. He'd be like, dude, fucking do that on stage, man. And I'd be like, no.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, every time I've met him, like, away from a bar, he's been super nice and super fucking
He's the
cool.
sweetest.
Yeah,
he's so
dude.
sweet. You know, he's just like, I mean, dude, he became the biggest rock star in the world when he was fucking 18.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine having that kind of success? I can't handle a smidgen of that kind of success at 47. You know,
Yeah.
having the fucking world by the balls at 18 years old, I'd probably be dead, you know?
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's just like, yeah, every time I say, it's like, dude, Ace Frehley tattoo. You know, it's like, boom.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's hard not to just become I don't know.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
At that level for so many years.
Oh, God. Scotty says, nothing like joining the podcast and hearing all about Izzy's shits. And he goes, okay, now the competition. Who does the better Bach impression?
Me.
Yeah, you. I'm going to give it to you.
Dude, I don't know, dude. What do you don't know, dude? Dude, there was fucking cocaine, and there was Jack Daniels, and it just got me, dude.
Dude, this fucking chick, like, won't leave me alone, man. Like, fucking, I just want to fucking pull her fucking teeth out. You fucking kill her, man. I'm turning him into a serial killer, but it's cool.
Right?
Hey, dude, get that fucking guy with the camera out of here, dude. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I'll kick your ass, dude.
Check this out. When we first started hanging out, like when me and Corey would bring everybody back to my house, I lived behind Tower Video off of Holloway. This was like when me and Corey first became friends. So Corey Taylor, yes. So like 17 years ago or something. And we brought him back to my house, and I had just done this video. I was in this band called New Dead Radio, and we just shot a video guerrilla style on the Guinness Book of World Records building. We just like snuck up onto the roof from the back and shot this video there. It's great. The band's called New Dead Radio. The song is called Failing Star if you want to YouTube it. It's great. So I showed everybody at the after party in my house this video, and I'm hammered. And Sebastian's like, dude! And that was when I was young. I was like in my 20s, and I was not selling my soul to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never liked Skid Row growing up because in Jersey, like, that was big hair metal town, like state back then. So like we were Slayer, Metallica, Maiden. All the girls listened to like Skid Row and shit like that. So you couldn't listen to it or you get your ass
On
kicked.
principle, yeah.
Well, you get your ass kicked. You know, if you were like, I remember, like they just kill you. So fucking, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought.
The video.
Oh, right. So I play this New Dead Radio video for everybody, and Sebastian's like, dude, you're fucking amazing, man. He's like, I gotta go to Japan for like fucking 10 days and do a show. You want it? I'll give you like $5,000 if you do the shows with me. And I was like, no. and he's like, what? And I was like, I love you, man, but I don't like your music. And he's like, dude, you don't want to play Slave to the Grind? And I was like, no, I fucking hate it. And I did at the time.
Yeah.
I love it now, but back then, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And then I wake up the next morning, and I don't know if you know Stick, Michael Stick Sheffrin. He's a rabbi now in Jacksonville, Florida, or somewhere over there. But back then, he was hanging out all the time, and he was there, and he spent the night. So when I woke up and I didn't fucking know where I was, he was standing over me, and he goes, hey, man, you remember what happened last night? And I was like, no. And he goes, Sebastian Bach offered you $5,000 to go to Japan for 10 days, and you said no. And I was like, where's my fucking phone, man? And I call him immediately, and I'm like, yo, I want to do that Japan thing with you. And he's like, oh, man, I just got off the phone with my fucking old bass player. He's going to do it, man. But you could do like the, you know. And I was like, I didn't play with him until 10 years after that.
Right. Well, when we first met, didn't you say you met him at the Rainbow?
Yes.
Originally?
And we almost got into a fist fight, which is the same way I met Corey, oddly enough, probably a month before that.
All right, hold that story. What we're going to do is we're going to take a short little break. We're going to get that story when we come back. It is another fucking podcast. Jason Christopher of Prong. Check out his book. Is the first part of that novelette, I believe is the word. Novella. There you go. It's called The Road.
I'm so fancy.
The Road to Nowhere. It's another fucking podcast.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. Vid-decals.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem, and his sponsor is Josh Todd from. And again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn, and they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
Thank you, Craig Gass. I love that bit. It's good. Second half of the show brought to you by A&P Laser Productions. Check those guys out. aplasers.com is the website. Laser engraving. They can do anything. They do my roadie packs. Put the logo on a flask. It's on a flashlight. It's on a Zippo, and it's on a dog tag. And they can do anything from that to glasses to Yeah, your sidearm. He can actually laser engrave your sidearm. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Get on there. Buy some gifts. Have it laser engraved. That's aplasers.com. Okay, we are back with Jason Christopher of Prong playing my Les Paul upside down, because that's how you play your bass.
That's how I play my guitar.
Your guitar, too.
Bass is played lefty.
Okay.
Normal bass. Just right, like strings are normal. Guitar upside down and backwards. Always, since I was a kid.
That's just how you learned.
I was broke.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, can I switch your strings around? My friends were like, fuck you. And I was like, why? So I like literally had to turn my head upside down and learn how to play upside down and backwards.
Fuck, I can barely play it right side up.
Me too. Same.
So, okay, so the story about meeting Sebastian.
Right.
You almost got in a fight with him at the Rainbow.
Corey was very excited one night, and I was like, what's up, dude? Me and Stick and Corey and everybody. That was back in the day when Cypress Hill was on the patio every night. Fucking everybody was raging. It was just a super great time, and it was my living room. It was everybody's living room back then, you know? It's not like that anymore, which is a shame. But every night I would work at the Viper Room. I did the door there, and we would close like around 1:15, 1:20, and I would fucking run up to the Rainbow. Christy would give me a bunch of shots real quick.
Christy.
Yeah, rock chick.
She
That's what we
fucking
call
rules.
her. Totally. And she would give me a bunch of fucking shots, and then I'd go sit on the patio and chain smoke cigarettes and talk shit with everybody, try to get laid, you know, the whole thing. And it lasted like 40, 50 minutes, and then everybody would come back to my house and party. That's just what we did. And I get up there, and Corey's like, ooh, and Stick's over there, and I'm like, what the fuck is he so giddy about? He's like, he's going to meet Sebastian Bach on his way up to meet him. And I was like, you're fucking dumb, you know, like, and he's like, fuck you, man. You know, like, that was one thing about Corey. He just doesn't give a fuck. He likes what he likes, and fuck you if you don't like it. You know what I mean? Which is very respectful, and I've learned a lot about that kind of stuff from him. But, so Sebastian comes up, and they just start geeking out on each other for like an hour, you know?
Let me guess, they were talking about Kiss for about
we
45
don't know.
minutes of that.
We don't know what they were talking about, because they were sitting in a table in the corner by themselves, literally like hanging over each other, like, dude, I love you. And he's like, I love you. He's like, I love you. You know, I was like, you hang up first. It was really weird. And me and Stick were dying, right? So fucking, they finished talking, and I'm sitting there in a little green chair at the table, smoking my cigarette. Sebastian's standing right next to me, and he's very tall. So his ass is right in my face, and he's got these tight denim pants on. So I take my finger, my middle finger, and I stick it right in his asshole through his pants, because I'm drunk and coked up, and get your fucking ass out of my face. You know what I mean? He turns around, like swings the buckle of his leather jacket, like hits my fucking forehead, and he's like, dude, you trying to steal my fucking wallet, man? And I was like, and I fucking slide the chair back, and I get up, and I'm like, fuck you. And we're in each other's, I'm in his chest. He's looking down at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fucking Corey and Be Real come running. Like, Be Real comes running over. He's like, no, man, not here, man. You don't do that shit here. You know, this is our fucking house, you know. And I'm just like, I fucking sit down. And I don't know what happened, but like 20 minutes later, we all went back to my house and fucking hung out and started playing guitar. I go into my room to smoke some pot with Stick, and Jeff Buckley is on my CD player that I used to have on repeat all the time. Just fucking background music in my bedroom, whatever. In case I got lucky and brought a girl home, they'd be like, he's so artistic. And we're sitting in there, and all of a sudden the fucking door swings open, and it's Sebastian. And he's like, dude, granted, we just met this fucking dude like 20 minutes ago. And he's like, dude, you don't even know the power of Jeff Buckley. And puts his finger on his ear and starts singing whatever the fuck was on. Fucking hallelujah. Like crooning it. All of a sudden this girl comes in that I don't know from wherever and sits on the floor Indian style and is just looking up at him. So now he's singing to her a cappella with his finger on his ear and his hand reaching like he was on stage, you know, doing the fucking Beauty and the Beast or whatever, to Jekyll and Hyde shit. And me and Stick are just sitting there like, dude, is this really happening right now? Like, is Sebastian Bach in your bedroom fucking screaming Jeff Buckley at some fan? This is the coolest, most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life. All of a sudden, my roommate, God rest his soul, Kane, comes banging on the door. He's all coked up. He's like, dude, cops are here. And I'm like, all right. And everybody was so fucked up that they were too scared to go talk to the cops. So I can't even see out of both my eyes. I'm like, I'll go talk to him. So I walk over to the front door. I open it up. It's a basement apartment. So it's very low to the head, right? Sebastian had to duck everywhere he walked, right? But he's still singing. I open the door and it's two West Hollywood sheriffs, buzz cuts, Marine dudes, fucking dickheads. You know, they're just like, got a little noise complaint, buddy. And the fucking, all you hear is Sebastian like, like echoing down the alley. And I was like, I got my hand on the fucking wall, my like one hand on my eye because I can't see straight. And I'm like, guys, it's Sebastian Bach. I can't shut him up, you know? And the one cop is like, I don't give a fuck who it is. The other cop, who was obviously his superior, was like, wait a second. Did you say Sebastian Bach? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, Sebastian Bach from Skid Row? And I was like, is there another Sebastian Bach that I don't know about? And he was like, me and my wife, we love Skid Row. And I was like, do you want to meet him? The other cop is losing his mind. He's like, because Sebastian's still, like, while this conversation is going on, Sebastian's still in the background, like, yeah. And I'm like, you want me to get him? You want to meet him? And he's like, no. I was like, hold on. And I'm like, Sebastian! And he's like, yeah. What's up, dude? And I'm like, come out here. Somebody wants to meet you. And he comes out of the fucking apartment like Gandalf out of Bilbo Baggins' little fucking mushroom rock house, you know? And he's like, what's up, dude? And I'm like, hey, man, this cop's a really big fan of yours. And he's like, fucking right on, man. And the cop's just like looking up because he's shorter. The cop's shorter than me. His big chest and shit, you know? And he's like, Mr. Bach. Oh my God, like, I had no idea that I would be meeting you tonight. You know, me and my wife's going to freak out. And this is like before cell phones, so there was no pictures or anything. And he's like, fucking right on, man. You know, and then he like walks back in the house and the cop's like, I was like, I'll try and keep it down. And he's like, don't even worry about it, man. Just have a good night. And like the other cop is just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, can we arrest this piece of shit? And I'm like, and they go and they leave and they never come back ever. Again, and we do that every night till like 6 a.m. for like 2 years straight. We did that the whole time that Slipknot was recording the Versus record. We did that shit every fucking night, and so it was just shit like that. Like that's going to be in the end of the second or the third novella. You know what I mean,
dude? That's the power of Skid Row, man. You don't even know the power of fucking slaving to the grind, man.
How did you meet Corey Taylor?
At the Rainbow on the back patio. I went to get a Jack and Coke because that was my drink, also Corey's drink, and he was the loudest, most obnoxious guy there, and that's my fucking job. Fuck you. Okay. Who the fuck is this ginger fucking rainbow bright looking motherfucker? Because he had that fucking purple, red, streaky green hair back then.
Oh yeah.
And we were at each of us were at the end of the bar. What do you need?
I'm just looking for my. Keep talking. I'll find it.
We were at the each end of the bar, right, and then all of a sudden, gradually made it to the center of the bar, and our backs touched, and we fucking turned around, and we were like, "Rah! Rah!" Like two obnoxious assholes. Like we're very similar. I'm his unsuccessful older brother. You know, I'm like the John Swayze or whatever, Patrick Swayze. I'm like Ron Howard's brother Clint. You know what I mean?
You're the Jim Belushi.
Right. Totally. And fucking our backs touch and we turn around and I'm like, it was like two dogs. Like, and then I think it was Tom Hazart. Remember Tom? Big guy with dreads, lives in Cleveland or somewhere where they make cheese now. And he's a mutual friend of both of ours, right? So we turn around and I'm about to fucking kick a shit out of this ginger dude. And he's like, no, you guys need to be friends because you're awesome. And we were like, okay. And that was it. Went back to my house that night, played fucking acoustic every night till, you know, and then we've been best friends for 17 years now. But that's how we started doing. When he started doing his solo acoustic stuff, his book tours and stuff, he would always tell me back then, one day we're going to take this out of the living room And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he called me one day, 10 years ago or whatever, and he was like, yo, we're taking it out of the living room. And I was like, what? He goes, I got this small gig in Nebworth in the UK. If you want to do it with me? And I was like, yeah, okay. So he flies me out to Sonosphere, I think it was, and he's headlining the big tent. It was like 12,000 people, I think. And we're playing right after Sick of It All. So sick. And I'm nervous as shit, dude, because that's just acoustic. Me and him, two guitars. There's no distortion or drums or singing to mask your fuck ups or whatever. Like, you're just naked on stage, man, in front of like 15,000 people. I've never played in front of more than 70 in my life. And here I am, well, maybe 350 at that point, but like, still 15,000 fucking screaming fans playing after Sick of It All and before the Gallows. So it was just like, and Sick of It All is like, they do the Wall of Death and there's fucking kids killing each other and they're going nuts. And me and Corey are standing there and he looks at me and he goes, dude, I'm opening up with Tiny Dancer. And I was like, these fucking people are going to kill you. And all of a sudden, Sick of It All went off, the tent cleared, and then immediately fucking overpacked. And there was like another 2,000 outside, and everybody was like, Corey, Corey, Corey. I had a friend that was trying to make his way to find me. He just happened to be in London at the time. And I was like, dude, come to the show, So he's like, I can't find you. I don't know where your fucking tent is. There's like 8 million things here. And I was like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. We're going on in 5 minutes. He heard the chant from like a mile away. He's like, dude, I followed that chant. I heard this. I was like, what is that? And it was like, Corey, Corey, Corey. And then he just followed it and he found us. And it was like an amazing show. It was so crazy. I was sweating and shitting in my pants the entire time, but it was just fucking amazing. It was the first time I ever flown first class. It was the first time I ever got a taste of like being a rock star. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I got there and I was in the hotel. We were in like the Met, like this fucking swank hotel. And I was like, this great paparazzi and fucking Rammstein in the elevator with us. You know what I mean? Like all this crazy shit. And I was like, I just said out loud, I was like, man, I need socks. Because for some reason I didn't have enough socks. And like 20 minutes later, it was like, Master Christopher, we have would you like to choose from? And this dude was standing there with like 2 pairs of socks in each hand. And I was like, how the fuck? Oh, dude, I'm like Keith Richards right now.
Get used to that shit.
I would like a banana, mate, because potassium's my game.
It must have been kind of intimidating, though, as you said. It's like you got all these fucking metal people.
Super scary.
And expecting Corey Taylor.
Super scary.
Fucking Slipknot.
Because I didn't know his fucking, how he worked back then. I mean, we've been best friends for years, but I had never played with him like that before.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, he would send me the set lists and be like, yo, man, really? And he's like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, okay, you're the boss, whatever. I'm not going to tell you to change your set list, And then we'd play it and you see the 2 biggest, scariest Slipknot shirt wearing motherfuckers holding hands like, with or without you, with or without you, crying. And you're like,
it's insane.
How do you do it, dude? He's a fucking unicorn of metal, like whatever he does because he doesn't fucking care what anybody thinks. Which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that you don't care what anybody thinks. You just believe in yourself. Like, he has such a belief in what he does that it doesn't matter, man. Because, like, people get slammed. I have one bad comment on my Amazon reviews. And, there's like 50,000 people in the crowd fucking killing it and rocking out. And I'm looking at that one dude that's just got his arms crossed and he's just looking at me. And I'm like, fuck you. And then I turn into like what's Jason, the fuck's his name? He's an Almost Famous singer.
Jason Lee.
When he's like, I see that one guy that's not getting off and I make him get off because I'm the fucking lead singer. You know what I mean? Like, I get that shit going on in my head. But like, one bad review, but like, you can't read any of that shit. Like, Corey just never. I learned a lot from him over the years on how to do this, and I still don't do it right.
I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you guys about Dash Radio, the Monsters of Rock channel. Yes, I am the morning gas bag. It is a free satellite service. go download the Dash Radio app, lock in that Monsters of Rock channel. I'm on from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. California time, and Harlan from the Monsters of Rock is on right after me. So check that shit out. And, of course, we play a lot of fucking Stone Sour. A lot. Well, mostly the Love Gun cover. But
oh, yeah, I heard that one. That's on the Burbank ones,
yeah,
right?
dude, it's killer. No, we play a lot of that shit. It's really, really cool. Lots of deep shit, live shit, acoustic shit, fun shit you usually don't hear on terrestrial radio or the Nation of Hair. It's a lot of fun. 70s, 80s, today, that kind of shit. So check that out. Dash Radio, the Monsters of Rock channel. So you got some Prong stuff coming up?
I do. We're leaving in a couple of weeks for Germany. 8 or 9 shows out there. It's been a slow year for Prong. Tommy's doing a lot of Danzig stuff this year. He's out in Europe with Danzig right now. But Art, our drummer for years, one of the most sweetest kids, most phenomenal drummer in heavy metal, man. He's so amazing. I've been so lucky to play with him for so many years. But he just got the Lamb of God gig.
Oh, kick ass.
So not the gig. He's filling in. Chris had to do something. So they called Art, and I remember he called me, and he's like, dude, you're going to be really mad at me. And I'm like, what's up? Because the flights have already been booked for the show and all that, the shows and all that stuff. And he's like, you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
So he's like, Lamb of God wants me to play drums for them. We're going to wait until Izzy turns off his fucking Story Interruptus music.
Nah, keep going. They can't hear it. Only I can.
So he calls me and he's like, you're going to be really mad at me. And I was like, what's up? And he's like, I can't do the fucking Europe dates. And I'm like, why? And he's like, because Lamb of God called. And I was like, why would I be mad at you?
Right.
Because now I know a million drummers in LA that can actually play. We can get someone. Don't worry about it. Go fuck it. Because that's like, to him, because he's younger than me, that's like his favorite band of all time, So that would be like Pantera calling me in 1994, being like, hey, Rex broke his wrist. Can you come do the summer tour with us? You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, go. Like, that's why we're here. That's why we do this, man. Fucking go. So we got Aaron Rossi to fill in, who is Prong's old drummer, and he did Power of the Damager and all that stuff, and Ex-Ministry. So now we're all Ex-Ministry, Ex-Prong
right.
members, and we're going to do the Vakken cruise at the end of the run for like 4 or 5 days. I don't know where the fuck that goes, but we're going to be over there on a boat. Stuck on a boat with a bunch of German metalheads. Yeah.
It's an experience. It's awesome.
I am looking forward to it. I don't know. I'm always stoked to play, no matter what it is most of the time. But just being stuck on a boat with a bunch of German metalheads is a little intimidating to me.
Well, the thing that I think you'll notice, and this is the way it is on the Monsters of Rock cruise and Cruise to the Edge and Moody Blues cruise that I work on every year.
Moody Blues cruise. That just sounds so soothing.
It is.
Just a bunch of fucking old dudes with like soft goatees and like thin rimmed glasses walking around like Tuesday.
Yeah, but then we get to see the orchestra, the ELO orchestra.
Fucking sick.
I know, dude. It's awesome. It's awesome. And Cruise to the Edge is and all the prog bands and all that stuff.
See, I grew up. That's what I really grew up on.
Really?
Well, my dad, my stepdad, and my mom were like not hippies, but like hippie enough, so I can get my first Black Sabbath Masters of Reality in Volume 4 from my stepdad's collection, and my mom was like a Moody Blues, all that stuff, and and they had this great classic rock collection that wasn't classic rock back then. It was new.
Yeah.
That's how fucking old I am.
Right.
But I just remember like smelling the vinyl and smelling the album covers and looking at the fucking. They made no sense, man. I was like, what is this big yellow figure on this? It was the Volume 4, and or like the big purple letters just looked like. It looked like I wanted to smoke weed. I was like fucking 9. I don't know, But I was like, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
So it was really great.
Yeah, so basically what I was getting at, what you're going to find, and I'm going to do this Kip Winger story in Sebastian's voice, is the first couple days it's going to be like, dude, can I get a picture? Dude, can I get a picture? Dude, can I get a picture? Then after that, as long as you're just out and about and you're not the white buffalo, oh, hey, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like that anyway. Nobody cares about me. They're like, 2 people are like, can I get a picture? And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm done. You know, everybody else
Yeah.
is just like, Jason Christopher, you are the best guitar player upside down and backwards. You are amazing. Is Cody on the bus? Like everybody I play with, you know, they're like, Jason Christopher, you are amazing. What is Al Jorgensen? Fuck you.
Hey man, I didn't even know you, and I came up and talked to you in fucking Mankato, and look what happened.
And here we
now
are.
You're stuck with me on fucking
And
radio.
here we are.
People,
in a house with all your friends.
Yes.
And mine.
And yes, absolutely. If people want to find the book, what's the best way to find it?
You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle. It's called The Rogue to Nowhere, ROGUE, Rogue to Nowhere, Book of Travels by Jason Christopher. You can get it at my store, which is jasonchristopher.store. I also have pick necklaces that Sinister Guitar Picks made for me.
Oh, cool.
They're rad. They have my signature guitar pick on a chain. So I have those for sale along with the book. And if you buy it on jasonchristopher.store, then it comes personally from me. You could buy a signed copy or not.
But I might as well have it signed. You know?
It's an extra $5.
It's an extra $5 for a signature. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
So
it goes to a good cause.
It's been selling it's been selling really well. For me. I mean, you know, like Corey's on the New York Times bestsellers list. They sell dudes like him sell millions of books.
Yeah.
I sell like 150 and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking killing it. Like I just have such a great time. I make all the orders myself. If they come through my store, I'm like go to the post office and send it out. And I really have to thank Carla from the Butcher Babies. She really helped me out immensely with this. I hit her up and I was like, she contacted me when I posted about it, and because she puts books out and her art, and she's very talented and so great. She hooked me up with her friend Gianna, she lives up north, who put it out for me with like no problem, man. So like, thank you, Carla. I love you so much. And like, just made it so easy for the breakthrough, because to do that, man, to put my soul out there like that is hard for me, because I'm very insecure and I think everything I do sucks a lot of the time.
Preaching to the choir, Bubba.
Yeah. I mean, that's most of America, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But to actually, just put it out and be like, fuck you, here it is. Like, I hope you like it. And I only got that one bad review. I mean, I only have like 11 reviews or something on Amazon, but like, they're all like my mom wrote them. and I only know a few people. Like the rest
that's awesome, man.
It's so great. I've been getting a really good reception from the book. So I'm
That's
happy,
awesome, man. That's killer. And people want to find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm so fucking I'm so fucking annoying on the internet. You might not want to add me on Instagram at Jason Christopher 1971 or Facebook Jason Christopher, because you will probably delete me you'd be like, Jesus Christ, this guy posts so much. Oh, look, there's his fucking V again. Will you put your fucking shirt on, dude? Yeah, great. Cute kid. You got a really cute son. Cool, man. Like, can you just fucking go do something other than stare at your phone all day, posting, liking? Stop it, Jason. So I might.
Dude, get out of the fucking house, man.
He's so annoying on the fucking Instagram, man. Fuck.
Oh, my God, dude. I feel like we just scratched the surface.
There's a lot here.
Well, when part 2 comes out, we'll have you back on, or anytime.
I don't have a job or anything. I can come back tomorrow.
Dude, whenever you fucking want, man. You want to be my co-host? What the fuck? Jason Christopher, everybody. Make sure
Thank you for having me,
dude. Thanks for doing it, man. It's glad to finally make this shit happen. Yeah. Make sure you guys check out John Palumbo Design. That is John Palumbo Design. He designs stuff like websites and band graphics and logos and all that kind of good shit. We love us some John Palumbo. That is John Palumbo Design. I'm going to hit my outro music really quick. All right. Make sure you do hit up all of the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Catch me in Toronto on August 25th hosting the Killer Dwarfs Celebrity Golf Tournament. And then you can also catch me in Hollywood on the 16th of August hosting the Ben Graves Memorial Show. Ben, a very popular drummer around here who passed away, so it's going to be a very, very cool time and honored to be hosting that. Thank you, Mr. Alex Kane, for inviting me. We'll see you guys next week, and as always, I have no fucking idea what's happening next week. Maybe Jason's coming back. I don't know. Who knows?
I'll be back tomorrow.
Fucking awesome. We'll just do shows every day. We'll be the new Corolla. I love it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. We will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
And don't forget, what I lack in talent, I make up for in cock. See you guys tomorrow morning on the Monsters of Rock, 4 a.m. California time, Dash Radio, Monsters of Rock channel. See ya! And would you kindly go fuck yourselves?